today's video, we're going to learn how to simplify radical expressions. Simplifying radical expressions is all about grouping the like terms together, just like you would simplify other expressions too. So if we take this regular expression, for example, that just has variables, no radicals, the way we would simplify this would be by grouping together the like terms. Now remember, like terms are those that have the same variables. So in this case, 2x and 5x have the same variable. Both of them have x. So they are like terms. And the way we group them together is by adding their coefficients. So 2 plus 5 gives us 7. So that's why we can rewrite this expression as 7x plus 3. So similarly, when we're simplifying radical expressions, we want to group those like terms together. So let's take a look at an example of that. Here we have a radical expression, and it's 2 root 3 plus 5 root 3. Since they have the same radical, both of them have root 3, you can simply go ahead and add the coefficients together, just like we did before. So 2 plus 5 gives us 7, so we can rewrite this as 7 root 3. And you can see our calculator gives us the same value, because we haven't changed the value, we've just simplified the expression by doing this. Now what if you have an example like this one, where the radicals are different? Well, in that case, these aren't like terms, and we can't group them together. But fortunately, there is a way for us to make those radicals the same, and that's by using the product rule. So the product rule states that if you take the radicand, which is the number underneath the radical symbol, and break it up into its factors, you can apply the radical symbol to both of its factors without changing the value. So for example, if you have the square root of 50, you can break 50 down into its factors, so that would be 25 and 2, and take the square root of both of those factors without changing the original value. And once we do this, we can actually simplify even further, because the square root of 25 is just 5. So what we've done in these steps is we've changed root 50 into 5 root 2. And this doesn't change the value, but it does change the radical next to it. So what we can do in this problem is we can try and make these radicals the same by breaking them up into their factors. So if we were to break up 8 into its factors, that would give us 4 times 2. So we could rewrite this first term as 4 multiplied by the square root of 4 times the square root of 2. And we'll do the same for each of the other terms. If we break up 50 into its factors, we get 25 and 2. And if we break up 32 into its factors, we get 8, and we also get 4. But 8 can actually be further broken down into 4 multiplied by 2. So there we go. We've broken them down into their factors, and you can see that we haven't changed the value, we've just simplified. Now let's go ahead and take these values that can be simplified even further and simplify them. So the square root of 4 is 2. So 4 times 2 gives us 8. And then the square root of 25 is 5. So 3 times 5 gives us 15. Here we have 2 square roots of 4, and we know the square root of 4 is 2. So we end up with 6 times 2 times 2, which is 24. Now we see that our radicals are all the same, and these have become like terms that we can group together. So let's go ahead and do that. We have 8 plus 15 minus 24, which is just equal to minus 1. So our final answer is minus 1 square root of 2, which can also just be written as minus square root of 2. And we can see in all these steps, we have not changed the value, we've just simplified. So we took this big expression right here, and we were able to simplify it into just minus root 2 by following these steps. Thank you for watching, and good luck with your practice.